Hey folks, it's Matt and welcome to another edition of Starcraft Summer Fun. You know, I get asked all the time, do pontoon boats make great TV production boats? Well, actually, they do. And on this week's episode, we're going to show you by helping out a local TV production crew. So the day started off at about 6 a.m. I arrived on set and the photographer showed up as well as the TV production crew. From there, it was a lot of waiting and waiting and more waiting before we got out on the water. Once we were out on the water, the crew was surprised at how stable the boat was. We had a lot of people on board and they had to move around to get the shots they needed. The open floor space and the flat deck allowed them to do just that. It provided the perfect platform to get the shots they needed. When we were back at the dock, the crew used the boat as a spot to do interviews of the photographer they were featuring. It proved a great spot for multiple cameramen, sound guys, and producers to be able to ask the questions they need to feature what they wanted to do. One thing I want to share that I've noticed with my Starcraft pontoon is that most of the time it's going to come with a mooring cover, as you see here. And last night we had a torrential downpour. I'm here the next morning and you'll look, the canvas is completely dry, but you're bound to get some water pooling. That will happen no matter what. But what I love about this canvas is that if I get underneath, pour that water out, it just beads off and the area is completely dry. It's not soaked through. You can't beat that in a canvas. Okay, so maybe I was joking, so I don't get asked all the time if pontoons make good production boats. But I think it's shown the versatility of a 23-foot pontoon. I had 12 people on board. They all had tons of gear. They had spots to put it, and they had plenty of room to move around without getting on top of each other. I don't know about you, but that sounds awfully familiar, like a regular day of boating out on the water. So you may not use it as a TV production crew, but if your family is the size of one, then a 23-foot pontoon is not a bad option for you. As well, by going with a little higher horsepower like we have with this 200, I was able to get the boat up on plane and to 25 miles per hour with that many people on board. Those are the types of things that you do want to know when you're purchasing a pontoon. So as always, use the hashtag StarcraftSummerFun and share in on your boating adventures for the summer. I'd love to see them, and I'd like to see if you have any topics for me to blog about in the future. But until then, I'll see you out on the water.